Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be working on a few things. We're going to be doing some fall pots. We're going to be cleaning up some stuff. Now it is 58 degrees out here right now. You know, I don't do the cold, so I still consider the 50s and the 40s really cold. It's just me. Maybe it's just me. I like the hot weather. But you know what? In the hot weather, a lot of the plants suffer. So anyway, yeah. So so I'm out here this morning. The sun is now coming up, but we're gonna take care of some fall pots. Okay, let's do this. I was trying to get the camera low down enough to show you guys. There's some of the birds, I can't even see them. They're walking behind me. I think they're looking for food. So they're walking behind me and I'm trying to lower the camera. There's about 4 of them. So I don't do the bird feeders. Oh, there's a plane passing. My husband does the bird feeders for me, so I'm gonna ask him to put some bird seeds and stuff in the feeders because they're walking behind me. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't even get it down. Anyway. Okay guys, so I got the pots over here. I didn't do that on camera. I just wanted to just swoop it over here. And I filled them up with nice fresh soil because I had to take the old soil out of it. Besides, a lot of the plants that was in these pots was root bound. So I had to really just lift it up, put it away, and then refill the pot with fresh soil. Now in this corner, it gets sun to shade. So it gets the morning sun is going to come in and it's going to hit here for a few hours. And then that goes away and it's in shade the rest of the day. So the plants that I'm putting in this area, I don't know how well they're going to do, but I'm going to give it a shot. We're going into fall. And for me, it's like we're packing all these plants in these pots. And you're going to see growth, but you're not going to see much growth. So I'm going to just put them in here. I'm going to tell you as I plant them and we take it from there. Now in this corner, I do have this checkered on my patio. And I do sometimes I try to put stuff to kind of block it up a little bit. I have a retractable hose back here that is sitting in this corner that retracts back. And I do try to block that as well. So the plants that I'm putting here is going to give me some sort of shade. It's not going to be a whole lot, but it's going to give me some sort of blockage in this corner where everything is not as visible as you see it right now. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started with this pot first. Okay. So the first plant I'm going to use here is Loropetalum. Now, if I am pronouncing that word not as correctly, I'm going to put the tag, a picture of the tag, or I'm going to put the name in the description below so you can actually see what it is. But how I'm pronouncing it, Loropetalum. I think that's what it is. Anyway, this plant's like light to full sun to part shade. It grows 3 to 4 inches, 3 to 4 feet wide and 3 to 4 tall. Now, containing this in a pot, it's not going to get that height. Basically, I'm going to see some new leaves, but it's going to stay like this for me. Like in this pot until it's spring again. You know, I do not know if the leaves of this will fall, but if the leaves fall, I will still get a beautiful winter interest because of the structure of the branches on this plant. So I'm going to put this in here and tuck it down. Now, when I put this here, this is going to give me the overall kind of blockage that I need for over here. And then we're going to put some mums and something else I have in there, but we're going to put some more plants around it and beautify it a little bit more. So first we're going to plant this one. I'm going to just kind of tuck the soil here, raise it up. I should have probably take some of the soil out of the pot, but let's see. Let's get this out first. It would have been nice to know if it if the plant loses its foliage, but I didn't look that up. I just wanted to get some fall plants. I wanted to get some fall plants in these pots real quick because the days are getting chilly and chillier. All right, basically I just made a hole in this pot. I'm trying to go as deep as I can so the plants go down. I'm going to go a little bit more, only because I'm going to tuck plants around it. So I'm going to open this out a little bit more. There we go. We're going to turn her like this. All right. Doesn't that look pretty already? Yay! That looks nice. And I'm going to just push the soil down and around. We're going to add back some soil because I'm going to put the other plants around here. And we're going to leave enough space to the top so we can water it. But the plants we're going to tuck in there, we're going to kind of like pack it in. Now, I wanted to get this to the middle, but because of the branches of the plants, I can't get it to the middle. And I don't want to cut it or prune on it. I'm going to leave it just the way it is because I can swing this pot, but I really don't want to. Like, just the way it's sitting looks perfect to me. I have some bright color mums. Well, these are annuals that we're going to tuck in here. This is a beautiful purple as well. Let's see, we have a lighter purple. Let's see what I got. Let's see how does the pumpkin look with this. The pumpkin looks beautiful with this color. This is a very dark foliage, so the pumpkin is going to look beautiful as well. So we're going to tuck all sorts of little colors in here. So we're going to do, let's see, we're going to do this color. Well, we're going to put the pumpkin first. Pumpkin looks better. Then we're going to do this color, which is the burgundy looking color. This is a lighter burgundy, but I do love the color. Yeah, this is a lighter color. See that? Oh, wow, that looks so pretty. I'm going to add one more yellow. I'm going to tuck them up a little bit because once I'm finished with that, we're going to add a little bit more. We're going to add some pansies. Maybe it's too much. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's tuck some plants in here real quick. I don't know if it's too much, but I want it to be full and compact. I'm about to make a mess with the pots, but it's okay. I'm going to tuck these pansies, these mums. Now, although the mums are really small, what I'm going to do is add, once it starts to grow up, I'm going to just, keep clipping back the flowers and stuff like that so that we get a little longer life of them in these pots. Oh, that looks pretty. All right, we're going to get some more. I don't think we're going to have any space to put pansies because I'm really swooshing them in here. And although I said you're not going to get much growth, you're going to get a little bit of something, you know what I mean? Let's see. Let's go up here. We're going to try to tuck this one a little further. All right. Actually, we're going to put this color right here. Sorry, guys. I know you can't see in the back here, but I'll bring the camera so you can see what's going on around here. I'm just trying to tuck and tuck. I figure I could have tucked something else here, but it's going to struggle because of the foliage of the plants. So that's all right. I don't think we can tuck any pansies in here. And I want to leave enough space so that when I water, okay, so everything is in here pretty good. I wanted to tuck some of the what's the name I'm looking for? I wanted to tuck some of the pansies in here as well, but basically it's already like full, you know. So to add more plants, yeah, I don't know, because although these are not gonna grow really big, it's still gonna, you know, the flowers are still gonna open a little bit. And I want to leave the space for watering, you know. The Loropetalum loves a lot of water until, they say, until it's fully established. I would consider this an established plant because it's grown to a certain height. It already have very strong roots. So I would consider it an established plant. So I'm going to just water every day like I would normally do with every other plant and see how it do in this corner. I'm really hoping that this, you know, looks, you know, full out and looks beautiful. I know the flowers are going to really full out. So that's it for that. Okay, let's move on to the other two small pots below. Okay, so this is my next plant. This is a Monrovia. It says full to part sun, multi-season beauty, great for hedges. But it's a dense Spreading Yew. I don't know if that's the name. I'm gonna put this tag on the screen so you guys can see it. But apparently, when they tag it like this, it's a little toxic, maybe to animals or to your skin or something like that. So if you do get it, just be really careful. I'm going to read a little bit more on it. I'm just trying to hurry up. But something like this, when they put tags on it, it means it possibly can irritate your skin, or it's not a great plant to have pets around or something like that. If that's the case, yeah, you want to be really careful when you're buying plants like this. Now, this plant is, it says full to partial sun. This corner here gets, like I said, sun to shade. And so I am taking a risk when I put plants like these in these corner. But I don't know how it's going to do. But your girl is going to put it in this corner and see what happens. Like I always tell myself, like, we're in the fall. We're in fall, you know. Let me get a bucket. And although we're in fall, some of these plants, I understand, still do need like the full sun and stuff, although it's a little chilly and stuff like that, you know. So I get that part. I get it. It's just that when I want to put a plant in a corner, I just want to put it in that corner, you know. I'm going to save that tag. I'm going to keep this one up here. I'm going to save that one. And we're going to turn this plant around so you don't see the tag on it. Then, see, I'm going to tuck some soil in the back here. Then we're going to put some more plants right here. Okay, we're going to tuck in one of the burgundy here. Yeah, and this color is going to blend in with what we already have on the top of this pot. And then I'm going to tuck the pansies around this. This is what, an 8-pack. I don't know how much I trust these 8-packs, but let's see if I could throw them out real quick. Like these little packs sometimes, like somehow to me, like it doesn't give me what I want. But I am gonna try. I'm trying not to let the root break. Right. All right. There we go. Here we go. We're going to tuck in these pansies and we're going to get some more soil and just add in here. Just to fill it out. Add some more soil. All right, how does that look? Does it look like fall? I don't know. Looks great to me. All right. All right. Next one we're working on here is this grass. Now this is a proven winner's grass. This bad boy here likes full sun, this desert plant. This likes full sun. So now I am putting this plant in some, let me tilt the root ball a little bit so it could fit in here. I am putting this bad boy in part sun, part shade. Because really I want it to put a fall foliage. You know, the little bunny tail at the top. I really want it for fall. So now I don't want it to die because it is a perennial, but it's just for fall. I just really want this for fall. All right, so I'm gonna tuck one mom's right here, just so I could get the same reflection of what's on top. And then we're gonna tuck the pansies in just like we did the others. Let's see if this one is gonna come out as easy as I got the other ones out. All right, looks like it. All right, come on, guys. Don't break the root ball. There you go. There you go. All right, let's do this. Tuck some more soil. All right. I like to leave enough space so the water can actually... Oh, that's a beautiful white color right here. The other one didn't have that. The other pack didn't have that. But it's all right. It is looking fantastic. I want these pansies to just fill out and look so pretty. Pretty, pretty. I didn't put any like fertilizer or anything in these pots. I don't normally do that during the fall. Look at that. I gotta clean up this area, but it's okay. Okay, so I came across some creeping Jenny from the old pot that I cleaned out, so I just tucked it in here, and I'm gonna use some more in other places, but I'm not gonna put it on the small pots. This creeping Jenny grows very fast, and it's gonna be trailing too much for these small pots. So I think, because that's what happened to the last pots. But anyway, doesn't these look beautiful? I'm gonna clean up this area, so just put a blind eye on the area that is dirty and just really look at the pots. Doesn't that look beautiful? Anyway, I'm gonna clean this up, and yeah, and then we'll take a second look to see how the area clean up and how well it looks. Okay, so the next one we're gonna be working on is this bad boy here. Now I have this big pot that I don't have anything in, and I'm gonna take this boxwood out of this pot because it's been in here for a while. So I am sure that this is root bound. Let's see. Maybe I need to... It is root bound. Okay. Let's try this bad boy. There we go. And it came out the pot really clean. I'm not even going to break the root up. I'm just going to rest it in here. So for plants like this, whenever the plant outgrow the pot, if I wanted to put it back into the same pot, what I would do is take this plant back out and cut the root ball down. Put some fresh soil, and right back in here she goes. Okay. All right, we're gonna add some more soil on top here. Now in these pots, I am putting potting soil. I'm not using the regular compost or anything like that. It is potting soil. And now I have 6 mums that I am just gonna tuck in around this bad boy. Let me make sure. I want to kind of center it. I don't feel like it's centered, but looks like it. Looks like it. And I do have to trim and cut these plants a little bit. And this is the perfect time if you want to trim on boxwoods. But you know what? I'm going to do that another day. I'll probably do all of them together. So it's different. It's the pumpkin, it's the yellow, it's the purple, it's the pinks. I'm just adding all of them in here to give them nice fall pop of color. And these are plants with enough space. So let's say if I wanted to tuck something in, something else in this corner, I can, because there would be a lot of space in between. Not a lot, but you know what I mean. All right. There we go. There we go. Just imagine when this starts to bloom, what it's gonna look like. All right, there we go. Okay, so the next one I'm doing is this pot. Basically, all I'm gonna do here is transfer this boxwood to this pot here, and then we're gonna clean up because I don't have any more annuals to put around them, and I really want to put annuals around all these pots and have them tie in with every other. I'm checking to make sure I don't have boxwood blights. Yeah, I want them to tie in with everything else that I've just finished doing. No matter what I do, it must tie in. It must, you know. All right, let's see if this is in the middle, because it doesn't look like it's in the middle. It's not really in the middle. The root ball on one side is too big. So we're going to have to tilt this root ball up a little bit so we can get this to the middle. So we're going to kind of break it up a little bit, just so I can get this in. Let's see. Nope, still not in the middle. Okay, let's see. Don't want to do too much. I don't want to disturb this plant too much. Let's see. All right, looks like it's to the middle. All right, see, put the soil back around it. All right, when I trim this boxwood, literally, I'm gonna have to trim it to a wronger shape. All right, there we go. Spin it all the way around. There we go. We're gonna add some more soil back into this pot. All right. These pots are big, so you know that this kind of stuff can stay in here, or I can take it out and plant it elsewhere. But yep. All right, that's it for that pot. Woo! All right, cleanup time. So I got everything cleaned up and watered in. It's not as clean as I want it to be, but it's clean enough. And it's watered in. And what I noticed is because the brown on the checker, the patio behind there, the burgundy is not showing from a distance. It looks like the color is at the bottom, but it's okay. I know this is gonna pop. Once the colors at the bottom pop, you're gonna really see it. Doesn't that look beautiful? All those colors, all those pop of colors just make this look amazing. And yeah, I should have cleaned off the pot a little bit more. But, yeah, well, yeah. But I love how this look. Just to let you guys know, I will put the plants in the description below, so don't worry about it. Just in case you want to know about something to buy it, I am going to put the names in the bottom. And these are the 2 and pots. You see, it doesn't really hide everything, but it gives it a little bit more sense of like something is there, it's existing, it's existing, but yet kind of like hiding, you know, certain parts of the checkers behind there. And I'm sure I thought I would have, you know, kind of hide the retractable hose a little bit more, but it's okay. You know what? I can't even see it from a distance because it's tucked in that corner. I believe maybe sometime next year I'm going to put it on a post and put it somewhere else, so it's not just sitting in the corner there. It is structured in between there, so it can't move. I just pulled the hose out and then retract it back in. But I do want to get a different kind of retractable hose. Preferably one from like Hose Link, or sometimes every year Costco brings out a lot of retractable hose, and so I would love to get 1 or 2 more, but in time. I'm not pressed for it, in time. But anyway, look, check out these 2 little pots. Get closer. The pansies, by the time these really flush out, like the flowers and stuff really stands out, it's gonna look really pretty. Right now it's lying down because I just planted them and the sun is not in this corner yet, so you know how plants look when you just plant them, you know. So all right, this is the other pot, the big one that I planted up with the boxwood and then the mums around it. Looks pretty as well by the time these colors start to open, because a lot of the buds are still closed. So by the time it starts to open, this is gonna look very pretty, and I will take beautiful pictures for you guys so you can see how it, you know, performs throughout. And this is the other boxwood. I don't have anything around here. I will put something around here and it's gonna tie in with all the other pots. But right now there's nothing because I have nothing. I literally have to go and buy stuff. And once again, guys, I don't know how I'm gonna rip these out, because really I do need the 2 back pots. I need that to put my plants that is in the front yard. I need to put them in there to take them inside. I don't want to go buy extra pots again, so I need those pots to put my plants inside, indoors. So we'll see. I think it's gonna break me to do that. The 2 small ones with the begonias, I don't have to take that out. That can stay in there, you know, until it folds up and we get rid of it. But oh my God, doesn't that look beautiful? The top here, I believe, although the top look pretty, I want to believe I might pull out the top, because I want to get that box planted up to tie in with everything else that I plant around here. And I want to get it done sooner than later, so I might clear that out. I just might. We'll see how things go. I just might. But this corner that I plant up just looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Backing up here, I hope it's not too much glare. But yeah, I love how this looks right now. Alright guys, this is it for me today. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Hope you get a chance to do something amazing, something beautiful. And I will catch you all in my next video. It's still very early, so I can go in my house and do a whole lot. Alright, bye for now.